Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another Auto World full series video. I am way behind on these. I've got one, two, three, I got four of them I got to do. This is going to be one of the four. As you can see, I'm kind of behind on opening the Ultra Reds as well. We got five of them back there. And then this card right here, this is the only one I've got the Ultra Red for already opened. I don't even remember how I got it. I think I just bought it off of eBay or something. But this is 2021 release 5. So yeah, it's old. It's older. You know, 2023 release 2 just came out here. And so there's been a whole nother year of releases, and this is the last release of 2021. So I got a lot of these Ultra Reds thanks to my buddy Diecast. He ended up picking up a lot of these, for hunting them down for me, and I really do appreciate that. We're going to finally get these things open, and I'm excited to do that. So we're actually going to start with the 6th car in the series, which is this guy right here. This is the 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. This was limited to 14,058 pieces. This is when they were still numbering the vehicles. So, just telling you how many were made, I guess, rather. That makes the Ultra Red probably limited to about 844 pieces. But this thing is pretty sweet. It's the second release, I believe, with this hood on it. They released one for, I think it was like the Corvette, whatever, something Nationals, Corvette Muscle Car Nationals or something like that. They released a special release, and I think it had this, I don't even know what they call this. Of course, you guys know I'm not like a super muscle car aficionado. But anyway, it's really cool. This thing looks really neat in this green go color. Very, very cool for version A. But then version B, I actually preferred. And that is this guy right here. This thing in banana. And mainly maybe I like it better because of the wheels. I'm not really sure, but that definitely is influential on my decision to like the yellow one better. But yeah, this thing is super cool and actually might be my favorite car in the whole set. The set's pretty nice, but I thought this thing just stood out as kind of a favorite in the set. And I think I'm going to still stand by that as we go through here, but there you go. So you got yellow, we got green, and then we got Ultra Red. So there's our stop, go, yield situation going on here. So this is the Ultra Red. Now, the Ultra Reds, just from looking at this one, we can tell exactly what's going on here with the Ultra Reds. Now, Ultra Reds probably limited, like I said, to about 844 pieces. Whether you find them on a version A or a version B card, and we will see that here because we've got some of these on version A cards and some of these on version B in the back. It's not going to matter. The car is the same. That's for store releases, releases that you can find at Walmart, stuff like that, hobby dealers, all that. Regular 6-car set releases. Years and number releases, you know, therefore this is 2021 release 5. It doesn't matter if you find the Ultra Red on the version A or version B card. It is the same car. And that is a general rule of thumb for Auto World releases. Now, not always the case, but it is mostly the case. There are some rare exceptions, but in general, you know, they're going to be. And for this release, that holds true. All right, so anyway, we have Ultra Red base, Ultra Red body, white tires, white interior, and those are your traits. The other trait that is a little bit more subtle, maybe, but they use the version A car. It's like an Ultra Red version of the version A car, and you can tell that on this model. It's particularly easy to tell just because of the rims. So you have the rims from version A. So that's an easy way to tell. We can also look, is there I like looking at the plates too, because sometimes those are different between version A and version B. In this case, they are not, but there you have it. So that is the 6th car in the set. We started backwards, and maybe that's how we're going to do this. Let's work backwards through. The next one then, if we're moving up from 6, would be number 5, and that is the 1995 Toyota Supra This version A is in Baltic Blue. So we get the Supra with the wing. It's in Baltic Blue, which is a very deep blue. It's a poly. It's like a sparkle. We get the chrome rims. Your painted details. This is one of the few castings that has an inserted detail for a headlight from Auto World. There's very few, and this is one of those. Looks pretty decent, and of course it still maintains, having an opening hood. So you can take a look at the engine detail in there, and that is the version A, limited to 13,626 pieces. And then the version B in Renaissance Red. Oh, there's fingerprints all over this thing. I have to wipe those off before I put this thing back on display. But there you go in Renaissance Red. Very good color for this car. I do quite enjoy it in Renaissance Red. Let's take a quick look at the plate. We got Supra and Supra. So same thing. And then so version Ultra Red is right here. So this thing's not terribly limited to 818 pieces. We're going to, of course, open it up. We'll set it right there and take a peek. So what to expect? Well, there's no real difference between the version A and version B car except for the color. So that would be a hard one to differentiate. So therefore, of course, it's not going to matter version A, version B card. What you find this on, it has to be basically the same. We have an ultra red base. We have an ultra red body. We have a white interior, white tires. And those are your traits for this particular ultra red. And now we have it loose. And pretty good looking. So pretty cool little chase, ultra red. That's one that we just opened. So I'm going to set that back over here. We got version A, we got version B, and then the next car we're going to look at is this guy right here. This is number 4 in the set. The 2018 Dodge Challenger Hellcat, limited to 15,930 pieces, making the Ultra Red of this limited to approximately 956. If you're wondering how I'm getting to the number of the Ultra Red, it's 3% of total production. So, therefore, if the Dodge Challenger Hellcat in version A is limited to 15,930, and the version B is limited to 15,930 pieces, well, then the Ultra Red, by default, 3% of the total of those two numbers is around 956. And that's how I'm arriving at that number. Now, is that 100% factual that that is actually what it's limited to? I don't know. I don't know that for sure. And I don't even think that round 2 knows that for sure. Because factories, they may do the best they can to fill their customers' orders, but they don't necessarily do it 100% accurately all of the time. And we know that. All right, so this one's in Redline Tri-Coat. Very cool color red for this car. I could see how some people that are novice auto world collectors would confuse this with an Ultra Red. It's got Hellcat on the plate there. And, of course, we have an opening hood. If we can't get this one open, we'll move on to version B. Oh, there it goes. There's your engine detail. Black interior on this. Cool casting. I was excited when this came out. The only gripe people have really had about it is that the lack of side mirrors do look a little weird when you paid notice to them. And I never really thought it was a big problem. Then I took some pictures of it and stuff like that. And then I was kind of like, yeah, it could definitely use side mirrors. Like, the Supra's got little nubs there for the side mirrors, and that's all you really need is some sort of representation that a mirror was there. And it's okay that they didn't do it, but there's one thing that could be improved. All right, next is this guy here, the version B in White Knuckle. White Knuckle, very cool. There you go. I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, it's white with black rims, and that's always a good combination to me. I'm always a big fan of white cars with black rims. It's a good look, and this is a pretty good looking car. So, digging it. All right, and then, of course, we get the Ultra Red. Now, this Ultra Red, it looks like it took a hit. This just probably came out of the box like this, to be honest. And then, you know, of course, Diecast knows I'm going to open up these things, so card art is not an issue. So it looks like it might have bent in the wheel a little bit. We're going to find out, though, because we're going to open it up right now. So limited to approximately 956 pieces, this Ultra Red is. And we're going to pop it out. And it's definitely going to need some fixing. May have to do that off camera, but actually, yeah, this one's not gonna really be. I was hoping it was just the wheel falling off of the axle, and unfortunately, it's not. The actual like rim where the spokes connect to the rim are actually bent, and is that fixable? Oh, maybe. Or I'm going to really ruin it right now. So I'm trying to gently reshape it here. I think I got it to an acceptable. Look at how much harder I was pushing on that. I think I got it to an acceptable level. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little wonky, but it's not obvious anymore, and that's good. So what do we have with this? We're going to, of course, have the Ultra Red base, the white tires, the white interior, and the Ultra Red body. And again, like the Supra, there's no really telling version A, version B, what the traits, you know, have the traits changed. And they haven't. So technically version A, right? But there really is there any other difference in this car that you can see that would show through on the Ultra Red? I don't think so. So there is that one. So we got the version A, the version B, and of course the Ultra Red that is now freed and fixed. So that is good. All right. Next. What is next? Next is the Chevy Silverado. We've got Halloween stuff going on here. We're going to start with Tangier Orange. Orange and black. I don't think I'd ever get this truck in this color. But it's a real color. Tangier Orange. 14,922 pieces, making the Ultra Red limited to approximately 895 pieces. Version A and Tangier Orange. Yeah, you know, the orange and black, I always just think Halloween. There's a very select few cars that I think look fantastic in orange, and I don't think that this truck is one of them. But it's a real color, it's a real option. I'm sure somebody out there owns it, obviously, has ordered it in this color. This one's got a drop, you can drop the tailgate on these. You can also lift up the hood and kind of look in there. That motor's kind of deep in there, but it's there. And these suckers are heavy. This is one heavy chunk of metal. So this one does have side mirrors. Painted back piece of the mirror. I almost kind of wish they would have left that black. But pretty nice, pretty good. And there's the black one. There's the orange one. We do have the black one right here. So there we go. This is version B in black. Simply black. Gloss black. I think Auto World tries to release... Black's a popular color for a car. They try to release all of their castings, I think, in black, if it was available in black. And I always talk about this. When we see a black one, I kind of want to get all the black ones together sometime. We wish to get all the black ones and all the white ones together sometime and make some sort of chessboard out of them. That would be kind of fun. Kind of dumb, I guess, too. But whatever. So there you go. Version A, version B. These things don't have a plate that's legible on here at all. So can't talk about the plates. And again, I don't think there is much of any difference in these besides the main body color. So again, when we're looking at the Ultra Red, so far, like the Challengers, the original one that we just looked at, is the only one that really determines what traits they use. But of course, we're going to have the Ultra Red body, white tires, Ultra Red base, and the white interior in this piece. Just kind of set her down there. It's kind of hard to get a lot going on here. There's our other two. Just set those up. Give me a little bit more room to play here. And here is our Ultra Red. Weird story about this set too is I only had one Ultra Red, and it took a while before I got any of the others. For some reason, these ones just weren't coming to me like they sometimes can do from certain sets. Certain sets I put together super fast, and certain ones I do not. This was one of those ones I just did not until my buddy decided to start helping me out. So there's your Ultra Red. And again, we've got the same traits, but we got no discerning factor between version A or version B. So the same. And then I know we're going to be able to tell on the Silverado just looking at it. And I don't think we're going to be able to on the Suburban, but that's what's next, right? So the Chevy Suburban, first one in gray and white. These are limited to 14,922 pieces, making the Ultra Red limited to approximately 895. It's a nice looking one. So again, this one, of course, all Auto Worlds pretty much, except for one casting that I can think of has an opening engine compartment. The one I'm thinking of is the GT40. I don't think there's any others that don't. But there it is in gray and white. And then version B is dark blue and white. And yep, that's dark blue and white. Oh, you can tell, actually. I know how you can tell on this one, too. All right, so this one's dark blue and white, and then we got the Ultra Red. Let's open it. So we got your standard Ultra Red base, of course. Ultra Red body, white tires, white interior, and the version A trait. So what's the version A trait in this model? Can you tell? Did you spot it? It is the rims. So you can see it's got the gray painted rim, blue painted rim, and we got gray painted rim on this one. And just to, yeah, and this one's also, it's this one, and just to prove it to you, so this is on the version B card, blue. So version A, traits for the Ultra Red. And that's the trend, or the general rule of thumb for this particular set of cars. Okay, Ultra Red. We got the version A and the version B. All right, lastly, we've got the square body. 1985 Chevy Silverado 10 fleet side, limited to 17,322 pieces, making the Ultra Red the most common one, I suppose, at 1,040 pieces. This first one is dark blue poly, and it looks rather good, actually. I didn't even notice before that the rims are actually painted white, so that is cool. You guys are all probably familiar with this casting. There's been a ton of this tooling released. It has had very much success with Auto World. They've been able to get a lot of hobby exclusives sold with it, and it's just a very cool tooling. And this is on, they have different ride heights and stuff available for this particular truck. This one is the normal stock ride height with these wheels, and it looks really good. This is a very good version, nice stock version of this 1985 Chevy. They also do all different variations, you know, from, I think, from 70, I want to say like 72, 73, something like that, all the way up to like whenever the square body stopped, basically. It's a long-running truck. But yeah, pretty nifty. And then the version B is right here, and a tan and dark brown poly, I guess. It's not really a gloss brown, and it's not really sparkly, so it's typically what I think of when I think of a poly paint. But again, this one, you know, tailgate drops, hood opens. It's kind of a cool color combo for this. This one does have white painted rims as well. And all around, it's a pretty good-looking truck. Definitely digging this one a little bit more. I think the other reason why I like this one is the white lettered tires as opposed to the white lined tires. And then we got the Ultra Red. So last one that we got to open up here, and again, this is limited to over 1,000 pieces. Still, you know, limited as far as chases are concerned. There's only a grand of them out there. And that's, again, my math. So this is, again, this is on a version A card. But again, it doesn't matter. It would have these traits regardless of what card it was found on. And this particular one is Ultra Red base, again, white tires. White interior, Ultra Red body, and then the trim of the version A truck. White on the bottom there, white top, white line is all present here. Makes for a pretty good looking Ultra Red, actually. And yeah, that is pretty nifty. And that's going to be it for this video. So that is your complete 2021 Release 5. Put any questions in the comments you have below. So, you know, we're a little late looking at the full set, but hey, it took a while to acquire, and sometimes these things do. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, you know I'm pretty patient when it comes to acquiring this stuff. You know, almost to a fault. But, you know, it is what it is, and I'm glad to finally have the whole set. I get to put it in a display case in its home now, and it will live there and be happy there. Or I will be happy that it's there. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this set in the comments. Of course, check out the Auto World playlist on my channel, where I have all of my case unboxings for Auto World, as well as any other complete series video that I've done. I've been doing them for every series that I've completed, basically. Again, I'm behind a little bit. I've got 3 more to do, and hopefully I'll get them done sometime this year. But, you know, check them out. All right. Thanks again.